Hello, welcome to News from the Natural World. I'm Savitri D. About 1,000 fin whales, one of the largest animals in the world, were spotted swimming in the same waters where whaling nearly wiped them out a century ago. This large number of whales was gathered 5 miles wide between the South Orkney Islands and Antarctic Peninsula. Among the fin whales were humpbacks and blue whales. It is thought to be the largest congregation of baleen whales sighted in modern times. The dense collection of yellow petals of a sunflower is a familiar sight, but it's hiding something from the human eye. An ultraviolet bullseye pattern, invisible to humans but not to most insects, including bees. These bullseye patterns have long been known to improve the attractiveness of flowers to pollinators by increasing their visibility. Now researchers have found the same molecules that produce UV patterns in sunflowers are also involved in helping the plant respond to stresses such as drought or extreme temperatures. Studies found that sunflowers growing in drier climates had flowers with larger UV bullseyes and found that those flowers are able to retain water more efficiently. This suggests that these larger UV bullseyes help plants adapt to drier environments. The accelerating melting of the Himalayan Glaciers threatens the water supply of millions of people who depend on Asia's major river systems for food and energy. These rivers include the Brahmaputra, Ganges, and Indus. Over recent decades, the Himalayan glaciers have lost ice 10 times more quickly over the last few decades than on average since the last major glacial expansion 400 to 700 years ago, a period known as the Little Ice Age. Himalayan glaciers are shrinking far more rapidly than glaciers in other parts of the world, a rate of loss the researchers describe as exceptional. The Himalayan mountain range is home to the world's third largest amount of glacial ice, after Antarctica and the Arctic, and is often referred to as the third pole. Repeated exposure to major disasters does not make people mentally stronger, a recent study from Texas A&M found. In fact, individuals who have been repeatedly exposed to major disasters actually show a reduction in mental health scores and wellness. The more experience the individuals had with such events, the lower their mental health was. We discovered the reverse of the adage, "What does not kill you makes you stronger," said the study's lead author, Garrett Sansom. Researchers have discovered that biofilms, bacterial communities found throughout the living world, are far more advanced than previously believed. Scientists found that biofilm cells are organized in elaborate patterns, a feature that previously only had been associated with higher-level organisms such as plants and animals. Biofilms are prevalent in the living world, inhabiting sewer pipes, kitchen counters, and even the surface of our teeth. A previous research study demonstrated that these biofilms employ sophisticated systems to communicate with one another, while another proved biofilms have a robust capacity for memory. From a biological perspective, the results suggest that the concept of cell patterning during development is far more ancient than previously thought. Apparently, the ability of cells to segment themselves in space and time did not just emerge with plants and vertebrates, but may go back over 1 billion years. Planetary-scale engineering schemes designed to cool Earth's surface and lessen the impact of global heating are potentially dangerous and should be blocked by governments, more than 60 policy experts and scientists said this week. Even if injecting billions of sulfur particles into the middle atmosphere, so-called solar radiation modification, turn back a critical fraction of the sun's rays as intended, the consequences could outweigh any benefits, they argued in an open letter. Solar geoengineering deployment cannot be governed globally in a fair, inclusive, and effective manner. We therefore call for immediate political action from governments, the United Nations, and other actors to prevent the normalization of solar geoengineering as a climate policy option. Like humans, female dolphins have a functional clitoris. The findings are based on the discovery that the clitoris-like structure positioned in the vaginal entrance of bottlenose dolphins has lots of sensory nerves and erectile bodies. The dolphin clitoris has many features to suggest that it functions to provide pleasure to female dolphins and is in a spot that would make stimulation during copulation likely. There have also been numerous reports of females rubbing each other's clitorises with their snouts, flippers, and flukes. Dolphins are highly social and have sex throughout the year as a way of forging and maintaining social bonds. Scientists have discovered that the increasing irrelevance of factual truth in public discourse is part of a groundswell trend that started decades ago. While the current post-truth era has taken many by surprise, the study shows that over the past 40 years, public interest has undergone an accelerating shift from the collective to the individual and from rationality towards emotion. Analyzing language from millions of books, the researchers found that words associated with reasoning, such as determine and conclusion, rose systematically beginning in 1850, while words related to human experience, such as feel and believe, declined. This pattern has reversed over the past 40 years, paralleled by a shift from a collectivistic to an individualistic focus, as reflected by the ratio of singular to plural pronouns, such as I and we. This reversal occurs in fiction as well as nonfiction, and scientists observed the same pattern of change between sentiment and rationality flag words in New York Times articles. Results suggest that the post-truth phenomenon is linked to a historical seesaw in the balance between our two fundamental modes of thinking, reasoning versus intuition. And now the sounds of extinction. The Lowland Tapir. The Lowland Tapir is found throughout a wide geographic range from north-central Colombia and east of the Andes, and including most of tropical South America. They occur mostly in tropical lowland rainforest and wetlands, but they can also be found in seasonally dry habitats such as the Chaco of Bolivia and Paraguay. The lowland tapir can be identified by its large stiff mane or crest from forehead to shoulder. They are also known for being strong swimmers, with the ability to cross rivers and take to the water to escape predators. They can grow to 6 feet long and 550 pounds, and when running resemble the galloping of a horse. They have large teeth, perfect for grinding up plants and seeds, and their long prehensile snout is used to reach for leaves and fruits. Lowland tapirs are primarily solitary and shy, grazing and foraging at night and resting or hiding during the day. Lowland tapir populations in South America are at risk of almost complete disappearance. The main long-term threat to their well-being is population isolation, as hunting and highways keep populations away from each other. It can be found in just 1.78% of its original distributional range in the Atlantic forest biome. And hear the sound of the lowland tapir.